Hello guys, welcome back to Mkate TV. Today we are here at Kasarani TVET. Tuko na rafiki wetu hapa. Tunataka kuongelea story hizi coalition governments, handshake and the rest. Karibu.
Asante sana. I'm
Ambrose. What do you see about these coalition governments zenye zimeformiwa baada ya handshake? What's your view?
The Kenya Kwanza handshake, it's a diminishing alliance. Azimio is a future for the country.
I am not getting your statement. As handshake is diminishing and Azimio.
No, you have two alliances now. You have the Kenya Kwanza and you have Azimio.
We have Oka.
Oka is a dead thing.
It's not a dead thing.
Oka coming to Azimio, if you had what Gideon was saying.
But they have not yet joined.
No.
But what is
Gideon
your
is
view?
already in Oka.
Okay, what is your view?
What I view is Azimio has a future for this country, Kenya Kwanza has no future.
What is why do you say Azimio has the future for this nation? Because
what they are talking about is about bringing the youth of this country together. Kenya Kwanza are talking about bottom up, which has no meaning.
Do you think the Azimio la Umoja, do you think they are meaning it when they say they are bringing Kenyans together?
Yes.
No, they don't mean it.
They mean it because when you look, first thing when Raila Odinga was forming this, he said it was not about personality. It was about bringing the people from all corners of this country to feel inclusive in the government. Now, what is Kenya Kwanza saying that we shall do with Mama Mboga? Is that an inclusive?
Why not?
It is not an inclusive. William Ruto has been in government. He has failed to deliver. He has failed to unite the country.
Raila was also in government for so many years.
He has been in government. When he was a prime minister, he was able to scratch and come up with the Thika superhighway.
That was the Kibaki thing.
Yes, so he has been in government. He has been able to bring a lot of international donors into this country.
If you say Raila has bring so many development in this nation, as per what you are saying, the Thika superhighway, I think Ruto was also the side of Raila when they were bringing in the
Ruto
superhighway.
Was the minister of agriculture. When
he was the minister.
What happened to the fertilizers?
He was the minister for agriculture, but on the Raila side.
No, he wasn't on the Raila side.
He was.
Okay, he was in the Nusu Mkate. Why was he removed? Corruption. Kenya Kwanza are corrupt.
If you say Kenya Kwanza are corrupt, I think all politicians are corrupt.
Not
because as for the Azimio la Umoja, they are saying they will be giving
6,000
jobless Kenyans 6,000.
Yes.
Where is that money coming from?
It is coming from the Kenya Kwanza corrupt people. Like in Andini Nyoro. Yes.
They are not, those people are not corrupt.
They are corrupt.
Because you don't have evidence.
Okay.
Those are just accusations.
No, if you're saying there is no evidence, then you should come out and table about the NYS scandal under Anwaiguru.
He's being accused. Because if there are facts,
now,
I think she could be rotting in jail now.
The president, when he was in Sagana, he said 3 billion was stolen on Kimwarer Dam. That was under Henry Rotich.
I don't argue it was under Henry Rotich, but under whose government? Uhuru government.
It was under Uhuru's government, and it was under Uhuru Ruto's government. But he told his deputy to stop stealing, but he was unable to control the appetite of his stomach.
No, I think you are just accusing people for nothing because you don't have the facts.
I'm not accusing him for nothing.
You are.
No.
You are accusing because...
When Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta did a handshake, the minimum of corruption in this country was 35%. But when Uhuru and Ruto were in government, the highest percentage of corruption in this country was 98%.
No, it was not.
It was 98%.
Those are lies.
Talk about Eurobond.
But
talk about NYS. Talk about land.
Who signed the Eurobond?
It was the president.
Yeah, so it was not Ruto who signed it. It was the president.
It was the president.
And if
you know when you understand the constitution, these are conjoined twins.
But now, according to your argument, it's like you are keeping the blame on one side.
I'm not keeping the blame on one side.
You are keeping.
Yes,
because you were just talking about Ruto as if there are evidence that has been tabled in the Kenyan court.
Uhuru has been able to deliver.
But because that was Jubilee government. Ruto was part of that Jubilee government.
And why did he
walk
out?
If Uhuru has delivered, there were parcel.
No.
And if he has failed, They were parcel.
So will you abuse your mother because he brought you to this world?
You can't abuse your mother, and
The
that's why
same
I'm
thing-
telling
the
you,
same
and
thing
that's
that is
why I'm
happening to
telling,
William Ruto.
and that's why I'm telling
He's
you,
abusing the mother
if Uhuru has delivered, they were parcel with Ruto. If he had failed to deliver, they were parcel.
Now, the reason why the Jubilee government has failed to deliver is because how can your deputy be criticizing the same government he serves in? You know, in the international democratic world, what we say in politics, if you feel you're not enjoying what the government is doing, you should resign.
But
You should resign like how Jaramogi Odinga did in
They were-
1969.
but then that was, but that was before. Now it is under the new constitution. If they were to
No,
resign,
You know, the constitution still stipulates the deputy president can resign. Meaning he is not happy. He's saying, oh, 3 billion, oh, this is what the government is doing. And then the next minute is in central Kenya saying, sisi kama Jubilee tumetengeneza lami.
but they did.
How can you criticize one part and the other part be enjoying?
It's not that he's criticizing, it's only that his critics, that's what they are seeing.
No, he's already criticizing.
Because now for your case, you are his critic. When now again you shift to be a Raila critic, that's what you'll be talking about.
I support the handshake and I also don't support the handshake. Those are two things. I support Uhuru Ruto's government in the first term. They're able to do in terms of electric to the people.
Rural electrification.
Yes, but they have failed in the second term.
They failed in the failure came when now the handshake came in.
No,
Because
let me ask
when
you.
when the handshake came, it's like now the deputy has been sidelined.
No, you
It's
know
like
what?
now you.
There is one reason I want to tell you. If there was no handshake, this country wouldn't grow its GDP. The GDP of this country was going down. The investors were running away. What did Raila do? And people should look in another view. If Raila decided to show himself in Uhuru Park and said he wants to run this part of the government, then Kenya will be a war like Sudan. Alright? But because of his own interest and the people's interest, what did he decide? Let me do a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta.
But let me ask you again, when Raila was swearing himself in as the other president of this nation, do you think he was thinking about us Kenyans?
Yes, he was.
If he was to think about us Kenya, I think he could not have saw him as the people's president.
You can't be always right. For him, he did because he felt that the system had failed to deliver good election. That was the first thing. And for him,
na si ange concede to defeat nasema okay nimeshindwa wa
elections
Kenya
were stolen.
tusipigane.
It was true, elections were stolen.
They were not stolen, there were no evidence.
There's an evidence.
Zilipelekwa kotini kakataa.
Because
If the court has
first time the
kama
court
kotini
nullified the
likataa.
election, the second time, we in the ODM decided we won't run.
Hmm?
Why?
You and who?
We in the ODM, I'm an ODM person.
So so that's why you are critiquing everything about Ruto.
I'm not criticizing everything about Ruto. Also being an ODM person and I love ODM, I also have to criticize Raila. He has failed. Number one, he has failed as an opposition leader. He's very silent on what government is doing. Where the government comes and takes your land. Him as an opposition leader, he should be able to talk about it. But he's
The reason I was telling you, the government did so well before the handshake. But now when the handshake came, it's like Raila aliwekwa kwa mfuko ya serikali na akakuwa part of the government. So ufinyilia wananchi usipofinyilia, well, my pockets are heavy.
Kwa mkono serikali, what he did, and sometimes people abuse Raila in another way that I sit down and question myself. Are they sick? You know, I'll use the words of Winston Churchill, say the sick man of Europe. And now I'll quote it is, Ruto is the sick man of Kenya.
How? And why?
The reason why I say Ruto is the sick man of Kenya, when you look at statistics, Ruto is losing his battle. Every time he says bottom up, oh, we shall do in Mama Mboga, why hasn't he done when he's in government? 5 years in government, zero voodoos.
But they have done so much.
Now because you want to run for the presidency, now you remember Mama Mboga.
But he did. I think the Jubilee government did so much when they were in power.
And they're still in power.
Yeah, but now when Ruto comes out and say, I will do this for Mama Mboga, it's just like Raila saying, I will be giving you 6,000 because even that's Mama
Raila
Mboga.
is saying, well, cough this money from. Raila will take this money away from William Ruto. he'll be able to stop corruption in this country at a higher percentage of 70%.
Let me ask you, as a Raila follower, as a Raila,
I'm a Democrat.
as a Raila Democrat, as a Raila follower, sorry to say, let me ask you, there was a time Raila said, let's collect, he gave a pay bill to collect, I think the teachers on, or they have been on a very long strike.
NASA.
But he was the leader of NASA.
He was the leader of NASA. And,
Give me
politics is a game of numbers. You see,
Yeah.
politics is a game of
No,
numbers.
me, I was asking you just a simple question. Okay, even if he was in NASA, even Ruto was in Jubilee,
Yeah.
and if if Ruto stole in Jubilee, Raila stole in NASA also because he gave a pay bill number and he said, okay, Kenyans, let's collect money, let's pay our teachers to take them back to class. Unfortunately, it never happened.
No, people are contributing. If you go back to history repeats itself very fast. And this one, it's like how the states do. Other people donate and finance a political party. And for him, he wanted people who can contribute.
But he didn't say, okay, support my political idea, let's donate money. No, he said, let's collect money to pay our teachers.
Yes, and it's true. The Jubilee government.
But he didn't. No, I'm asking you about Raila.
Yes.
The money he collected from us Kenyans
He
to pay
didn't
teachers.
Yes,
but
I
he
agree.
didn't pay.
Yes.
Where is the money? Because you are saying he's not corrupt.
The money he has done in a lot of developments in this country.
What development?
We have the Raila Foundation.
That's his foundation. It's not us Kenyans.
So how will you sit down
So
and
do
say,
it. So was he collecting money from Kenyans to build his own foundation?
no, actually build this foundation. Somehow help the country in terms.
But he said, let's pay our teachers. He never paid the teachers. So I'm asking you, as a Raila follower, as a Raila delegate, as a Raila friend, where was the money taken? Or where did you take the money?
That question I cannot be able to answer. You can ask audience if you want.
No, I have to, because now you are just saying, oh, Ruto stole this money from Kimwarer. You know Raila, you know Ruto stole, and you don't know Raila stole from Kenyans.
Raila has never stolen. There is no. If anyone has said Raila has stolen, then they should come out clearly and publicly announce it.
And that's what I was telling you. Even Ruto,
You're the first person
those are
to stand
accusations.
publicly.
Those are accusations.
Oh, Kimwarer down is not working.
It's not working. But where the fact that, okay, this money was stolen, we have got you, you stole this amount of money, you should be in jail.
Why was Henry Rotich removed from office?
He was removed, but has he been jailed?
He hasn't been jailed because he's still under prosecution.
So those are still accusations. They might come on and say, okay, you are not guilty.
You know the reason why we cannot say we cannot actually finalize the final case until the court appeals.
Tukimalizia, do you see any impact of these coalitions on the common mwananchi?
Yeah, there's an impact. I think, let me start with the handshake, bringing Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga together. It has brought the country into a developed system. When you look at what he's done, the expressway, Mombasa Road, to the handshake, Uhuru has done a lot of infrastructure. The other side of Kenya Kwanza Alliance, still, it hasn't bought anything. It's fighting the rich versus poor. So that's my final. I think Azimio is the best thing for anyone who wants to succeed into the next government.
Okay, so asante. It has been the Mkate TV. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a comment. Let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.